last session in today's workshop is the session by Rahul. He's actually a FOSSI fellow who actually joined FOSSI as a FOSSI fellow. Then he actually worked with us. And then later, now he's actually studying for MTech in IIT Bombay. So I want him to just share with you his experiences with FOSSI and what all things he did with us. So over to you, Rahul. Just share your experiences and what all things students can and faculty can do with our team. Just let everyone know.
Yeah, so basically I am a contributor to the ECM with respect to the software development. So I shall be mostly talking about my experience of developing ECM and also how all of you can contribute to it. I have been contributing to it since 1.5 years. And so coming to the main question, so why should one contribute to it? So first of all, eSIM is an open source. So it is by the community of developers and the users like us, and for the community to the users like you all. And the second most reason of the meaning of the open source for a developer is that there is a freedom to develop. So there is no restriction on like there is no timeline, there is no deadline, and also you can work freely and suggest the features as you want. The second reason is the greater impact. Whatever you contribute to the same, that can affect thousands of users immediately. So uh, so in the previous sessions, Sumanto and Gloria had explained the piece files to the KiCad converter. So now we have a library of nearly 100 circuits, which can be very useful to all of you. The third reason is that it adds credibility to your profile. Uh, so uh, Usually what happens is that someone asks or doubts your the practical experience on coding and also your programming knowledge. So uh, so es- especially for the students, so they can directly show their contribution to the open source tools. Uh, and since their work has been accepted to the open source tool, so it shows that their code was of a great quality, and there is no question of doubt on your skills. So I will show you the contributors to the contributors page. So this is where the credibility can be seen. So this is on the FOSSI web page, the GitHub page basically for the SIG. So these are all the contributors we have. The next point is so one can learn the greater insights of working of the latest technologies. So today itself we saw that there were some issues like modeling error. So just copying a folder to some location, it work again. So what is happening with the eSIM and the Windows OS? So why Windows OS is not developer friendly and also the user friendly? That's one more reason. And the next one is one has the opportunity to get the practical experience and work with the IIT professors. Uh, the way the professors think and how they think greatly drives you to contribute more. And also finally, one can form a network and collaborate with other contributors and can have more insights on the technology. And there are still many more for which this slide is too short. So if you have decided to contribute, so the next question is how to contribute. So as a student, we have POSSI summer fellowship, and from this year we have started semester-long internship as well. So as Usha ma'am had said, I also started contributing as a FOSSI Summer Fellow, and basically my reason for doing so was the same that I have mentioned here. So basically, I have summarized my experience of working with FOSSI. So these are the things that I have learned. Uh, and also, the semester-long internships would be beneficial for the students as well. So, as a faculty or a college, how can one contribute? So, the best thing that they can do is support their students to contribute to ASIM. And also, maybe you can add this contribution to your grading or some academic credits or something like that. And also, you can work on some features or the issues that are pending in eSIM, and can also include your students to do so. And finally, you can take some research work or find uh, some new problem to work with eSIM, and also can include with the students as some semester long project or some R&D project, and make a contribution to eSIM. So now the next point is app applicable to all. So maybe they are a student or faculty or professional or some hobbies. So you can report any bugs or issues and possibly a solution for it. And also you can suggest features and or can work on it that would help several other users. So isn't necessary that you should work on the feature. Uh, Maybe this suggestion of the feature can be some good project for someone else. So you can suggest that, and also you can of course volunteer for the contribution. So we have this contribution page on the Fossil GitHub. So we have mentioned all the guidelines here for how you can contribute directly to the GitHub repository. So please have a look at it. Next, yeah. You know how to contribute. So now, what are the tasks there to contribute? So the pending and the future tasks that we have been broadly classified in three categories. So first is the interface task. So the user interface and user experience. So we are working on making ngSpice as shared library and work it in the background. So, there will be less clutter on the interface, and also there are several bugs and issues that you can contribute, and also work on the new features or upgrade existing features, such as you can upgrade KiCad and the underlying ngSpice tools, and also of course you can become a beta tester for the new releases of PC. The next comes the portability task. So we are planning to target all the Linux platforms and also the Mac OS. So if you check on the Linux distribution, there are several of them, like Arch Linux and then Debian, Red Hat. So there is a large community there as well, apart from the Windows. And as I said earlier, that Linux is much robust and secure, and also better for the development task. The next thing that is the portability of the existing features to the eSIM cloud. Nagesh had already shown the demo. So most of the features have to be ported to that eSIM cloud. The next is the portability to the latest KiCad, which is the part of the interface task earlier. And then, as Gloria and Sumanto had already demoed the parser for the keyspace to the KiCad. So there are other mechanisms to do so, like from LP-Spice to the KiCad as well. So one can contribute to the parsers as well. And there are some research topics that the college, the student, or some professionals can take. So first is the optimization problem. So for example, in the mixed signal simulation, how can one reduce the resources consumed and reduce the cycles for the simulation, and also how to bypass the kernel and comes some with a robust mechanism for inter-process communication. And also the next is the security problems. So today only we saw a few cases that Windows Defender didn't allow the eSIM to install, and also there was a point that eSIM could be malicious. So how you can trust on eSIM and how your OS can also trust on eSIM. So these are some security aspects. And next is the eSIM to open Modifier. So what eSIM can do is it shows how a circuit behaves, but Open Modelica has a greater facility that it can show why the circuit behaves in a particular way. So this is also a great task to do. The next is the microcontroller simulation. So last year fellows have worked with us to do it, and we have come up with the template for the 8-bit AVR based microcontrollers. So we are going to soon release the template on our website. So this can be a good project for a semester long for students and the faculty. And the future work we are planning to do is the FPGA interfacing from the digital models made in the NGSD. So directly they can be interfaced to the FPGA and synthesized on it. So finally, where can you contribute all this? So all the development happens to the GitHub, the version control for eSIM. We have eSIM tool, and for the NGHDL, which is the mixed signal simulator. And then we have our own version of the KeyCAD. So you may have seen that some library names like eSIM underscore NGHDL, eSIM underscore PSpice in the schematic of the KeyCAD. So we have made our own customized schematics for ECs, and the source code for the PSpice to the KeyCAD parser is also available here. And also for more info, you can write to us. Thank you. So if there are some questions, I can take it.
Are there any doubts you want to ask Rahul? Okay, I think Rahul, they don't seem to have any doubts. So probably maybe by the last day of the workshop, they may be more forthcoming and giving us a lot of doubts and questions to answer. So thanks, Rahul.
Thank you.
So we come to the end of the session. So if you have anything, any suggestions or something based on today's sessions, that you can just let us know if you have any, so that we can incorporate that in the subsequent days. That is, 2 more days are there. So you just let us know if you have any queries or anything which we need to address. Please let us know. Okay, Saurabh, do you want to talk about the assignments or practice problems which they have to do? So
Yeah. So just a quick update. So we had given some practice problems for you today. So some of you have completed, some of you may not have completed. So in case you have not completed, we are not going to take any submissions as such. But if you want to discuss the problems as to why you have some doubts in the practice problems or overall process, we actually have a morning session tomorrow, which is optional at 9:30 to 10 a.m. So in these half hours, you can actually raise your queries, and we can help you out. I'll answer Minarti's question in a minute, but before that, I think there are a lot of people who are from HCL, right?
I think there are some. I don't
Okay.
know the exact number, but definitely
Yeah,
there
yeah.
are
So the point, yeah. So the reason I asked is because since this is an open source project, what I wanted to just get this out there was that since this is an open source project, and you will not face any restrictions from your employers or your college as to why you are doing this. So that's one thing. And secondly, as you have seen from the many things we showed today, it was the PSpice to PSpice to KeyCAD converter, which can take your PSpice projects and use it in eSIM. or it can be the eSIM on cloud and Arduino on cloud showed by Nagesh. And the later on the presentation that Rahul gave about uh, the entire software development cycles and the activities that we are having. So there are a lot of technologies here, a lot of programming languages, a lot of things that we are dealing with here. So if you feel that you are, if you have proficiency in certain things, or if you want to contribute to something, so please consider it and actively participate in these activities, so we can actually make our softwares and other all the softwares that we have, or all the tools that we have, we can support them in a better way. So yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say. So Minotti, I will post the link for the semester long internship in the chat just now.
But the thing is that actually we closed the registrations
Oh, right.
last week. Yeah. So actually we are still considering whether to float the fellowship or not. So if that fellowship thing, if we can finalized, definitely it will be updated on our webpage, the fossee.in webpage, the main fossee page. So there you definitely can take a look and see, just check updates in between, so that if a fellowship is coming, definitely you can apply for that. But the semester long internship, that deadline is already over. And someone also had asked, there is any prerequisite for the semester long and our fellowship also. There is no prerequisite. Actually, we give a task for them to complete. So this task is what actually defines whether you will be selected or not. It is actually the quality and the correctness of the task which actually matters. So we don't have any prerequisite for those semester long fellowships. Yeah, definitely. I think within a week or two, we will be definitely able to provide you the this one, because we have to edit a lot of whatever spoken tutorial sessions. We normally don't share it, because most of the time it is the participants will be practicing, and some of them will be asking doubts. So mainly these live sessions and those kind of sessions, we will be definitely sharing the videos to you. So, what Vinita you are telling is that we should share the spoken tutorial sessions also, because I think it will not have much content, because mostly the questions will be asked, answered in the forum. So, I think you can check the forums to get the answers.
Actually, I missed some discussion like P spice to CCAT conversion from the middle as I was listening to that spoken tutorial. So, by the recording session, I can go through it again.
PSpice to KiCad, no? Definitely that's a live session. We will definitely share the video with you people. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So mainly what today we wanted to convey to you is that each day we are actually giving you the different features of eSIM. So today the main focus was on simulation. So create a schematic and simulate. So that is the different things which we actually covered today. And as Rahul was not free tomorrow, that's why we actually pushed his session today. Otherwise, we wanted him to talk tomorrow. So mainly today we had actually how eSIM can be used for simulation. And if you are using some other software, how you can switch to eSIM. That is the uh, logic behind the session which Gloria and Sumanto had taken. So tomorrow mainly we will be concentrating on the PCB design feature of eSIM. So Saurabh, anything you want to add?
Yeah, just one more detail, like ma'am mentioned. So we will be covering mainly PCB design tomorrow, and there is also a session that will be taken by, I believe that is session by Gloria, which will talk about how you can model the semiconductor devices in eSIM, and there is also some invited talks by a faculty, and there is also a gentleman that is going to join. He will also talk about modeling various semiconductor devices. So that is the agenda for tomorrow.
We also have invited some faculty members from other colleges who actually are using eSIM for the past 2-3 years. and we want them also to share their experiences, so that you also can take cues from them, and you also can start using it. If you are a student, you can use it in for your research or projects or anything, and the faculty members can actually start using it even in their college labs. So that also is another option which is available. So actually the activities which we are doing under eSIM will be definitely covered tomorrow. So there is a session for that, so that we will do tomorrow. So please make sure that you do the practice problems tonight, so that you will be actually thorough with the simulation capability of eSIM, so that we can move on tomorrow to the PCB design feature of eSIM. So anyone has any more queries or doubts? Yeah, definitely, because our recording team also is actually recording many other workshops also, because parallelly there are other workshops also getting conducted. So definitely we promise, and we actually are very optimistic that we will give by 1 week or two, but definitely it can get delayed also. I definitely agree with you, but we will try our best to provide it as early as possible. So if anyone has any more queries, definitely you are welcome. Otherwise, we can call it a day and meet again fresh tomorrow at 9:30. But this is actually from 9:30 to 10 a.m. is a optional session. So anyone who has some doubts in the simulation and all can definitely attend that session. Otherwise, the normal workshop will start at 10. So is it fine that we can call it a day? Okay. So
I think yes. I
yeah,
think yes.
yeah. Okay. So thank you all. So we shall meet tomorrow.